Motorcycle.
Hello again, everyone. Thanks for joining. This is a bit of an old video. I recorded this back in April. I just haven't had much motivation lately to continue posting. It's just been quite a summer, but I'm looking forward to posting a lot of these videos that I had created, but they were just sitting on my hard drive because I had a few other projects that I was working on. But I am back to posting motorcycle videos to this channel again, hopefully. I haven't lost too many of you. I've also spoke to some of my viewers, and it turns out that these get rather long, so I'm actually changing up my format to do a bit of short form along with my long form. So this particular ride, I was on my way to my money manager's office just to move some assets around. And I decided to take the long road. So this is a particular route where I tend to take it in July or maybe early August. And I take it because it kind of takes you out of the way, takes you into Golden, and then eventually into Cripple Creek, Wonder View, and then on around down to Golden Gate Canyon. And I enjoy it because it's not very busy. So again, I'm usually taking it in July, where it's nice and hot, and it's actually feels really good up there. You kind of get out of the heat, get up in the mountains. But again, I'm riding on this day in April, early April. It's still kind of cold outside, as evident by my full leather jacket and gloves. I was planning on doing my normal route and then making my way to South Denver through Golden there. However, the problem was, the further up I got, the colder it got. It wasn't until I passed Wonder View and maybe went a few more miles up when I noticed that there was snow on the ground. And when I see snow and I'm on two wheels, whether it be my bicycle or my motorcycle, that ride is over. I'm not riding in the snow. I'm just not one who likes to risk it. I have a pickup truck. I have four-wheel drive. I have all-wheel drive on my other vehicle. So riding a Harley in the snow does not seem like it would be fun. So at that point, I turned around and I started to make my way back down to where I started, and then I guess I am taking the highway to see my money manager. But I decided to stop at this little lounge that I've driven by dozens of times already, and I never actually went in to check it out. It's usually pretty populated. It's an area where it's not really a ski-heavy area, so there's not really much activity for skiers, but if you just like to get out and maybe do some camping, it actually is probably a good place to kind of set base camp. But on this particular day, again, early in the season, they were still closed for the season. So it looked abandoned, and I am someone who likes to explore abandoned sites. It's just something I always used to like do as a kid. It just kind of creeps me out, and it's pretty fun. Plus, you see some really cool structures. So on this particular day, I decided to pull over at this lounge and start shooting some video. And I got some really nice footage of the views and some of the amenities. So I'll check back when I get there. Enjoy the ride. So we're at the Eldora Lounge. You guys can see that sign. Get a little closer. So we're at the Eldora Lounge right here, and it's a bit of a ghost town. Pretty sure I saw activity here last summer. Maybe it's just too early in the season. I will say this is where I turn around though, because it started getting a little cold on the way here, and then all of a sudden, well, I tried to pull over a few places, but there was just too much gravel. Just too much gravel on the ground, so I couldn't get good footing, which tells me I need to also resole these boots because they're pretty much dress shoes at this point. There's like no grip, and I almost dropped the bike a few times. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around because I usually go all the way through here to go either to Boulder or to a Golden on one of those national park trails. But there's usually not snow on the ground. So the fact of the matter is there's snow on the ground up here and the roads are super gravel, super rocky, super pebbly, whatever the word is. I'll look it up. But here's why I go ahead and turn around and go the other way. Found a little gem up here in the Eldora Lounge. It's pretty vacant. I don't know if it's vacant because it's off season or what. I'll call them later and see what the deal is here. But there are no booby traps out here. Go ahead and take everyone out here to see what there is to look forward to at the Eldora Lounge here in Colorado. This is basically the Coal Creek Canyon. In there. Wow. So, I'm going to turn the camera around. What we have here, pretty nice lounge, pretty nice deck with a hot tub. It looks like it probably is off season. Looks like come winter time, these are probably bustling with people. You can tell that's a pretty new hot tub there. Everything is pretty good shape. Probably in paint. The deck needs a bit of a paint job maybe. Looks like the roof is in good condition, but when you come up here, this is your view. still snow on the ground. It's cold. Thank you for joining me and my little jaunt through the Cold Creek Canyon and a little pause in Eldora Lounge. All right, considering there's snow on the ground, I'm gonna turn around and head back down because it's getting a little sketch. So I'll see you on the next one. Regulators, mount up. Fire in the hole.